And there are numerous ways to write our XPath expressions. We can combine multiple expressions using the keyword AND or the keyword OR, right? We can also use properties while writing these conditions, but there is a slight difference in how we access the properties inside XPath expressions and regular camel expressions. I'll show you. So let me create a property here. So I'll take another content modifier after the initial payload step, and I'm going to name it as set properties. And in the exchange property, I'm going to create one property called as age. Okay. So I'll take this source type as constant for now, and I'm going to give the source value as 30. Okay. So I'm going to close this. Let me beautify. I would like to write a condition in filter. So I'm going to take a square bracket, write age is less than dollar curly braces property dot age, right? So we give the property's name also as age. I'm going to close the curly braces and I will give quotation marks. Okay. In our previous example, what we have written? So we have written age less than or equal to quotation marks hard code value like 30, 25, 35, etc. But for this example, I am going to read the value from the property in the XPath expression. So let me try to deploy this and see if we can get the output as we expected. So ideally, it should return the employees belongs to the age less than or equal to 30. How many employees do we have? We have only 2 employees that satisfies this condition, Steve and John. Ram is of age 35, so we should not see this employee in the output. We should only see these 2 employees. Okay. I'm going to change the value type as node list since I want 2 occurrences, if more than 1 occurrence. Okay. Deploy. And let's check the payload after the filter step. So no elements found. That means no employee is able to satisfy the condition we have written in the XPath expression, right? But that is not true, right? We know that we have 2 employees that satisfies the condition age less than or equal to 30. What happened here? In the filter step, we have written dollar curly braces property dot age. So what is this expression is called? These are called as simple camel expressions, but filter only supports XPath. It does not support camel expressions. We cannot use curly braces property dot property name, curly braces header dot header name, curly braces body. No, they won't work. We have to access the properties in a way that XPath supports. Let me show you how to do it. Let me remove this entirely and dollar age. So this is how we access properties or parameters using XPath. We can just simply write dollar and the name of the parameter or name of the property. And we are not going to use quotation marks as well since we are comparing 2 integer values. Okay, let me try to deploy this and see if it works or not. And check the body. Yeah, we have employee details. So Steve has age 25, so it satisfied the condition, and John also has age 30, and it avoided the last employee Ram with the age 35. So this is how we use properties in XPath expression. Don't get confused with this property approach. You'll get used to it. So we will mostly use dollar curly braces property dot property name. But when we are using XPaths or when you are writing logics in XSLT, we will use this approach to access parameters or properties. Okay. Let's go back to the slides again and see our notes. So when it comes to definition, filter step is used to keep only the relevant information in the incoming message. And we use this filter step to remove unnecessary data from our initial payload. And then in filter, we have different value types like string. If we use string, the output of filter is of type string. So it is used to return the value of a node. Okay. And if you use the value type as integer, the output of filter is of type integer, right? If we use Boolean, then we will get either true or false. Okay. So the node will return the first occurrence of the element, right? Node list will return the collection of elements that satisfies the condition, right? So we use node when we want to retrieve only the first occurrence or top of the record, and we use node list when we want to see all the elements that satisfy our condition. Okay, so that is the main difference between node and node list. And these are some points to remember. After the filter step, only the retrieved data is available and the rest of the message is lost. So this is very, very important. So the main purpose of filter is to remove the unnecessary data, right? And we may need to include the root node after the filter step for further message processing. Like we have seen in the node list example, the root nodes of our message after the filter step has gone, right? So we need to include a root node to process our XML document, right? We all know that an XML document, a valid XML document must contain a root node, right? So we need to be aware before we include any steps after the filter to check if this root node exists or not. Okay, and we cannot use dollar curly braces property dot properties name to access the properties or parameters in XPath conditions. So this applies to anywhere we write XPaths in router conditions, in filter conditions, or in XSLT mappings, etc. So we have to use dollar just name of the parameter, just name of the property, right? So this is how the filter works. I hope you understand this lesson. See you in the next video.